Morning. Today is about dance. But before we get to that, I need to talk to you about depression. Uh, it's quite a common thing these days. Two types of depression. One is actually the chemical imbalance of your body, where you're going to need intervention from a medical professional. And then there's the other one that is called the cold depression. Two reasons. And cold depression is prevalent these days. This is where you wake up, nothing is wrong, but you're just not there, and at the worst times you may feel like you don't matter. There is a reason to this, we all say we are connected and this, that, and the other. So this is a result of that, the cold depression, because if you take the mass consciousness today, it is something of fear, it is something of intolerance, this today, and has been for the past few months. So as an individual, this energy that is in the atmosphere will affect you sometimes. And if you are an individual that has no control of your energies, this will affect you more. Now, the other reason is comparison, because we are all told, we are given a script to live this life, consciously or unconsciously. It comes from cultures, it comes from your parents, it comes from the country that you live in. We all have a set of things that we have to achieve at a certain age. So if you are somebody that is not living according to that plan, you're going to have outsiders questioning you. And in one of the weak moments of yours, you might even think, oh, is it true? Another reason. See, I always tell you, you're not put here to do what other people are doing. You're not supposed to live, love, marry, nothing like anybody else does. So, but it's difficult to come into terms with, to live such an authentic life, because when we go to school, we are told you have to be the first, you have to you have to get high marks, and if you are the first in the class, you are praised. And it's the same, and the sports do the same thing. You have to win. Everything is about winning. It's not about being and experiencing. So all this accumulated, and with this constant comparison, because look what you see today's day and age, on Instagram, on Facebook, how other people are living their lives. Some are on holiday, some are having babies, some are having getting into shape, and then here you are thinking, I must do something. No, chill out. If nothing of this is working for you, and if you still think that you don't matter, let me tell you a story. Why you matter. Einstein did an experiment called the double slit experiment. It is such a huge leap in science, where I took physics to quantum physics. It's called the double slit experiment, as I said. So the gist of this is, do the research on YouTube. It's been explained in so many ways, and even for children. So it's in very easy to understand terms. So go check it out. But the gist of this experiment was, Einstein came to the conclusion, he realized when he was observing an atom, it had shape, it took a trajectory through this slit, right? But if there was no observer in the equation, if there was no observing happening here, the atom, it went wherever it wanted. It had no trajectory, it had no plan, it was all over the place. So in other words, when there's an observer included in the equation, the energy is matter. This atom turns into matter. If there's no observer, it's just energy. It's all over the place. Research. So do you know what it means? Everything that is in this realm that you can see and you can hear, from the smallest ladybug to the moon, needs an observer for it to manifest. So that moon, somebody somewhere is always looking at it. Doesn't have to be just humans, always looking at it. So you matter. If you think that your life makes no purpose, I am here because of you. The moon is here because of you. This is your connection to humanity. Don't be sad. Don't be upset. You matter. Go out and look at the moon and know the moon is there because of you. And because of the moon, there are tides. Because of the tides, women, us, we have our monthly cycles. We can create life. You matter for the life of the earth. Maybe you can't see it right now because most of us, it looks like when you look outside of yourself, it looks like everybody has their shit together, but we don't. Nobody has. We all have plans that hasn't manifested. We all have dreams that hasn't come true. And for some people, dreams have come true and then they realize, oh shit, this is not what I wanted. So the contentment you're looking for, the illusion of it is not there. So just be. You matter. Also, I'm just a call away. If you're upset, if you're depressed, take your shoes out, go for a walk. Let your feet touch the ground. Know that the ground is there because of you, because you're observing its sensation, with the sensation of your feet. The wind, everything is there because of you. So go for a walk, observe nature, and know your contribution. And also dance. I personally think dancing is a cure for everything. So, dance. Coming to the topic of dance, two main variations of dancing. One is a free movement, an expression of this individual with no reason or rhyme or technique. It's this being's expression of energy. That is one form. And then there are other forms that have come down from generations to generations, and they need precise movement and they need years of mastering. Pick one of the two, and I say do both. Because if you're talking about the olden days dance, there's Ashtanga yoga in dance also, right? And for an example, if you take the form of Bharatanatyam, it's a lot of footwork and it's a lot of finger movements. The mudras, 28 mudras would change every second, every 2 seconds it will change. So this is mastery of your body. You have to hold poses. You have to change the rhythm from really fast to really, really slow. So those are all asanas, but like in yoga, those are all mastering your body. Before that, if you talk about the vibration of the Ashtanga yoga, most of the olden days dancers are devotional dancers. So they are talking about the deities' accomplishments, either about the way they loved, if you talk about Radha and Krishna, or the way they creation of the universe also came from a dance called Tandav, Shiva's dance. It's called Tandav. So the vibration, when you're constantly hearing an achievement or an accomplishment of somebody, and especially a deity, you know what I mean? You are in a high vibration, and then you don't feel the tiredness. The mastery of the body comes easily. There was an interesting kind of it's not research. It was an observation where in Sri Lanka you have these aura machines in a lot of crystal shops, and most of the Bharatanatyam dancers who go there, the most prevalent chakra of theirs that is open is the Ajna, which is really interesting. So master a dance form. It's good to master your body that way, because. And also, it's great for exercise. It's great for mental, faculties. And different dancers have authority or more dominance on different chakras. Like if you take belly dancing, If you take the tribal dances first, like the African tribal dances, the Sri Lankan Sabaragamu dances, and the Bharatanatyam, lot of footwork, and there's a lot of banging. The chakra of your foot, this I just tried to show you my foot. The heel of your chakra, the heel of your soul has few chakras, so there's constant banging against the flow, and if they create themselves a circle to dance around that. So there's so much more. I can get into this, I can talk about the reason and the techniques and all of that for hours and hours and hours, but I always put out videos just to spark your interest so that you will go and do your research and you will do what resonates with you most. So dance, my darlings.